Hello, everyone. How's everybody today? Welcome. What is this? October the 14th. And it's a Monday. Excuse me, let me get this here going. I'll put the volume down to get the stop the feedback. And let me get my other channel here going. Other thing going. You guys, it's a lot trying to navigate. I don't know what's going on here. Getting set up. I try to get on here early. Something ain't right. Let's see what we got here. I don't know why this is doing this on me. Okay, go here. And then I have no idea why it's going to that. Hold on, give me a minute to get this organized. Okay. Still learning how to, going on almost 2 years, I'm still learning how to do lives. Plus, they change stuff on you. And if you don't kind of keep up, you're just out there trying to catch up. I mean, they probably send me emails and stuff, but I probably don't go to them like I should. So if you're in here, welcome to the live. And I think the title of the day was, I'm done playing the lottery. And yeah, I think I said that about 1,000 times. That's when I was trying to play everything and win, until I realized that, it's not going to happen like that. Everything, like I said, over that you can't put a pen to paper and build a strategy to win is luck. You can't do it with pick 4 with 10,000 numbers. You can't do it with pick 5 with 100,000 numbers. Now they got to pick 6, and now I don't know how many thousands of numbers that is. But I'm strictly pick 3. I settled on pick 3, and I'm glad I did, because I can put pen to paper and look at what all 1,000 numbers and build a strategy and a skill set. And I came up with my own strategy because, like I said 1,000 times, I said I'm done playing the lottery, because I had gotten in a hole that I couldn't get out of, seemingly I couldn't get out of. So I learned the one saying is, if you're in a hole, stop digging. So what I did, I stopped digging, and I applied myself to, I had all the books, so I really started studying the books that I had bought to try and win and see, and I came always back to one thing. I never knew why I was playing the numbers, because the tic-tac-toes didn't show me, the date sums didn't show me, the root sums didn't show me, the multiple different workouts wasn't showing me anything. And every day I was starting all over from scratch. So I said, wait a minute, there's something definitely wrong with all this information that I'm getting, that I'm not getting farther ahead on winning. So I said, let me come up with my own strategy and see how that works. And that took work, It wasn't anything overnight, but it wasn't that difficult. Maybe I prepared myself in advance to come up with the pick 3 at a glance strategy, because I worked on it and I worked on it. And when I seen what I had, I said, well, hey, let me give it a name, because I knew that I can track all 1,000 numbers at a glance and what was going on with them in my state. And at that time, it was Missouri. In Missouri, I said, okay, I'm going to call it pick 3. What would be pick 3 what? Pick 3 what? And I said, pick three at a glance so you can look at everything and see what all the numbers are doing. I said, I'm going to call it pick three at a glance. And that was the first part of my strategy where I had taken 22 numbers. And with those 22 numbers, I came up with 22 columns. So what I did was condense the 1,000 numbers in a way that I could tell what was going on with all 1,000 numbers off of 22 columns. And I kind of called that the master sheet or the master street, but then sooner or later I called it strategy number two. Strategy number one. That was the one I came up with. And that kind of helped me start winning better. And here's what I did. Let me show you here. Right here. These are the 22 numbers I came up with, and I did the 1-1 rundown on them because I had did all kind of rundowns. You can do a rundown out of any of those 1,000 numbers, any 1,000 numbers. And when I got through doing the rundowns and getting the 10 numbers and trying to see what number to play the next day, I wasn't winning. I was guessing. I was guessing at all the numbers because the numbers really didn't make sense. They wasn't in no order, nothing recognizable. And then when the numbers came out, if I did find the number that came in the next day, I had to mirror a number, a single number, or flip a single number, or make a different pattern on the whole rundown. To me, none of that made sense. It just didn't make sense because it wasn't organized. That's why, I came up with this OPPB, be organized, be patient, be persistent, and stick with a budget. It didn't make sense, and it still today don't make sense. Because when you do those rundowns to me and the tic-tac-toes and date sums to me, they're not organized in no manner to understand why you playing a number, or even if you play the number and win, how you won, or if you missed a number, how you missed it. It just didn't make sense. Or, certain numbers following certain numbers, that didn't make sense. Or if a 1, 2, 3 played, they tell you, well, it'll bring 5, 2, 4. You play 1, 2, 3, 5, 2, 4, don't show for a whole year. So I said, this ain't adding up. I wasn't good in math and all of that stuff. I really didn't care for math at all in school. Probably slept through half of it because I figured the algebra and the trigonometry and all that stuff was for chemists and whoever wanted to use it, and I wasn't going to never use it in my life at that time because I hadn't planned to be a doctor or none of that stuff that needed that much math. I barely got through pre-algebra, and that was in college. So I said, there's got to be a better way to this. We're overlooking something here. And so I said, let me try these numbers, and I knew about rundowns. But the rundowns were, I had to do totally different from what everybody was saying to do. And they were saying do the -111 rundown on all the winning numbers. And they were starting from the bottom up on the numbers, from the lowest number to the highest number going up. That didn't make sense. I said, let me just do the opposite and do the +111 rundown. Then that put all the numerical numbers from the smallest to the largest. Just like numbers run, like, from 0 to 1,000, So I said, let me do that. And that's what created the pick three at a glance strategy. When that came out and worked, I knew I was onto something. So here's what I'm saying here. These are the 22 numbers. You can screenshot them. You can.
Good morning, Greta. Would you like some strawberries?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Yeah. Thanks. That was my grandson. Here with my grandkids. I forgot this is Columbus Day. I usually try to beat them before they get back in school. And it's 11 o'clock, so they up and at 'em already. They just checked on the granddad, see if I needed something for breakfast. And I normally just eat strawberries starting off my breakfast with. And then I go to, thank you. You want to use a bowl or something? You see it up there with that glass? About 10 of them.
10?
Yeah, that's enough.
Okay.
Thank you. And I do a real light breakfast. strawberries, and then that's to get the fiber in my body to start my, you get older, your body don't want to function right, so I get the fiber in there to get the guts to working right. You know what I'm saying? If you're up in my age, I'm 70-30, you definitely know what I'm talking about. Because everybody I know said that same thing. Their guts don't want to function, had that morning bowel movement. So I start off with strawberries, and then I might drink a little prune juice or something. Then I let that sit for about an hour. Then I eat another breakfast with soup. Well, it's probably lunch. Then I eat soup, and then I eat another meal for dinner around 4:30 or 5, and that's pretty much my routine for eating every day, and it works. It works pretty good. So, but back to here. Here's the 22 numbers. These are the singles on top. Singles can come 6 different ways. Each one of these numbers, the 0, 1, 2, can come 6 different ways. All of them can come six different ways. And that was the 12 numbers on the singles. Then you got the doubles, which can come 3 different ways. And that's 10 of them. And I did the 1-1 rundown on each one of these numbers. You can screenshot it. And if you know how to do a 1-1 rundown, do the 1-1 rundown on all these plus the triples right here. And you're just going to get all the triples. Then you're going to have all the 22 columns. And those 22 columns going to give you all 1,000 numbers in a possible combination. Because, when you get these 12 columns here, and they can come 6 different ways. Each column is going to be 60 numbers to a column that you're looking at a glance. With those 60 numbers to a column, and you got 12 of them, then 12 times 60 is going to give you 720 of those 1,000 numbers that you'll be able to track on just those 12 columns. Okay? Now, same way with the doubles. The doubles here can only come 3 different ways. All right? But you're looking at 30 numbers on each column. 30 times 9, because you're going to leave the triples at this time. 30 times 9 gives you 270, plus the 720 gives you 990 numbers at a glance you're looking at. And you add the 10 for the triples, that's 990 plus 10, your 1,000 numbers, 1 in 1,000 odds. And that's all you're going to get, people. You're going to get 1 in 1,000 odds. And these 1,000 numbers are going to be random every day. Every day. Because you're only going to get one of them to come out every day to win. All right? And all of them are random. There's no algorithm out there is going to tell you what number is going to come the next day. You have to track these numbers. And the only one I do is pick 3 because it's trackable, teachable, and doable. Period. Period. And if you're looking for anything else, it's a fairy tale. Just set them back up there. Thank you, baby boy. Mm-hmm. Love you.
Love you too.
And they take care of their granddad. I'm over here because I had eye surgery, and been with my daughter now about 6 months. And I'm gonna tell you, I never thought, in a way, I guess things happen for a reason. And I'm retired now. I worked hard all my life, providing for my kids, my wife, and family members that needed stuff. But you know what I'm enjoying really the most, really? And I got quite a few grandkids, and doing a lot of them growing up. Some of them in their 20s now. I never got the chance to watch them grow up. Never got a chance to really watch my kids grow up from working so much. But I am so enjoying living here under the same roof with my grandkids and being able to kind of steer them away from all this craziness that's going in the world today. Like teaching my grandson certain things. Like I taught him the other day, I give him something to remember, and he has to do a certain task to get rewarded. And it's if I do right, God is always in my fight. If I do wrong, I'm doing it alone. And I ain't trying to say what religion or none of that is about. I know enough to not even go there into religion. If you do right, right gonna always be on your side. If you do wrong, 9 out of 10, you're gonna be doing it alone. So I just put God in there for him, and he repeats that to me. And another one, this is the day that God has made. I rejoice and be glad in it. I wouldn't let nothing and nobody bring me down, because I can defeat anything and anybody, because Yah, or God, and I are army. And he repeats that every day to me, every day. And I reward him. And see, that will stick with him for a lifetime. So you have to impact these kids now with things, and he's 9 years old. He just turned 9. With things that will stick. That's how my mother did me. She didn't say a lot, but she imprinted things on my mind, small things that made me be the man I am today. She didn't scold. I got one whooping by my mother all my life. And my kids will tell you today that I only whooped them once all their life, and they can remember both whoopings. One whooping, my son remember his, and my daughter remember hers. And you know what? It doesn't take a lot of whooping the kids. All it takes with kids is to let them know that you love them, generally love them. Spend time talking to them. You ain't got to fuss at them all the time. A lot of these kids don't feel the love. That's why they out here killing each other. Mama's working 4 jobs, daddy working 4 jobs. Nobody's at home with them, and they want to know why they running like wild animals. I would today, if I had to just eat beans and rice, somebody's gonna stay home with my kids, and we'll make it. We're gonna manage. But these kids don't feel the love. They don't feel the love that when I was coming up. For one, my grandmother was in the back, my uncle was on the side, my auntie was on the side, my cousins was in the back. We was all a community in ourselves. Not today. One's living 50 miles away, the other living 30 miles away. You barely get together to see each other. Man, it's messed up. It is messed up. I mean, some way things are better, but in a lot of ways it's terrible. Well, a lot of ways it's terrible. But what I was saying, and I'll get back on these numbers, and some things are just more important to affect people's lives than these numbers. I enjoy this, what I do, because I know it works, and I know how to teach people how to do it. But I am so blessed out of all my life, and if it wasn't for my eyes going bad, I wouldn't have experienced what I'm experiencing now. And the universe, or God, whatever you want to call him, whatever religion you want to be. And don't go with me with, if I don't believe in a certain religion, don't go there with me, because I have been a minister, and I am a minister. But I'm a minister of love now, and understanding and kindness. But I never would have thought that being able to see my grandson grow up and teach him the difference between right and wrong. I got 2 granddaughters I'm living with, and 2 grandsons, and they're 20, 17, 14, and 9, and they love the grandpa, because I'm able to be here with them, and I've been here to help I'm able to help my daughter and son-in-law out. You know, they going through their little thing, so and I try to show them my strength in me. But I tell you, I wouldn't trade nothing in the world for what I'm going through right now. To be able to be with my grandkids and watch them grow up, I wouldn't trade nothing in the world for it. Nothing. Because, my eyesight is hard for me to see, so they have to lead me by the hand when we go to the store, or when we go in here and go in there. And I told my grandson the other day, I say, you know what, grandson? He said, what, granddad? I say, be kind to your kids, man, because when they're young, you be leading them by the hand. But when you get old like your granddad, they'll be leading you by the hand. So I'm telling y'all now, take care of your kids. You ain't got to beat them. My mother whooped me one time because of the love she showed me. I'd rather run through fire than to disappoint her. I'd rather run through fire than to see I see my mother cry. One time, we broke a lamp that my aunt had left her that was deceased. And you know how kids play. And we broke this freaking lamp. Man, we always prepared for a whooping. We had the belt ready. We even went and got the belt because we know Mom was going to wear us out breaking that lamp. So we had the belt. We went to hand it to her. And I'd never forget the words she said. I'd never forget the words she said. She didn't take the belt. She sat on the couch and started crying and said, I can't never have nothing. I can't never have nothing. And she was poor. Well, she was on welfare. My father got killed, robbed, and murdered. And all she had was, I'm the oldest of 11, and she had 7 kids at that time, 3 sets of twins. 3 sets of twins, and my father got killed, and a single. Back in the 60s. So you know what she was going through. When she cried, man, I say, I promise I'll never make my mother cry again in her life. And I think it struck all of us because when we got old enough to work and do things for her, my mother didn't want for nothing. Not a dime. She didn't want for nothing, I'm telling y'all. So take care of your kids. Don't make your kids secondary. Talk to them. Let them know you love them. Hug them. Hug them. Hug the boys and say, I love you. And me and you hug your boys too, man. That don't make them soft. That makes them a better man. Hug your son. When the last time you told your son, say, son, I love you. Look, I don't know. This must be needed. Somebody needs this, y'all. Somebody needs this. Just listen to me. So don't run away too fast. I had a nephew, and him and my brother had a son also, and they was close. And he was about 14, I think it was, and he got killed. Him and his little friend was playing with a gun. The gun went off and killed him. And he lived in the neighborhood, and this corner. Every time I drive around, I could see him, and we talk. What's up, and we talk. But out of all that time that I was with him, I never told him I loved him. And when God snatched him up, that hurt me more than anything. And I made a promise to myself that I would never leave a family member off the phone when they leave my sight. And the thing about it, I had just seen him that day when he got killed. And a kid run up to me till that night when I was going in the house, told me my nephew had just got shot. I had just seen him that day and didn't say I love you. We talked, never said I loved you. Because I'm thinking he going to be here for after me, And I promised myself, life is too short, too unpredictable. Not to, every time you get a chance, hug your loved one and let them know you love them. Because you don't never know when you're going to get to say that again. You don't never know if you're going to get to say it tomorrow. I just had a sister-in-law, sweet, never been in the hospital in her life for nothing, and died in her sleep. Died in her sleep. Nothing wrong. Played cards, was having a nice time, and never woke up. So, hey, y'all, I'm telling y'all, take care of what's important in life, because you'll never get it back. You might not get a chance to do it again. Tell your family you love them, even those ones that get on your nerve. Believe me, it's 11 of us, so I got a lot of them get on my nerve, and I'm the oldest. But I've been totally blessed. My mother, when she had us, and 11 of us, my father died. People was talking about putting us in an orphanage and giving us away and all this, because, back then, black people didn't have no help, no government help and all that. Wasn't no such thing. Only welfare, but wasn't no place to get meals and all that stuff, And, well, you ought to give them up. How you going to raise them kids? What you going to give them kids? That's what, and my mama told them, all I got to give them is my love. All I got to give them is my love. And you know what she did? She used to make us, before we leave the house, kiss and hug each other. She did. She just tell us you'll never know when you see your brother again or your sister again. Hug you, cause you know our kids are. I wanna kiss him. Oh, no. And she would say, y'all hug and kiss, cause you never know when you get to see your brother or sister again. So I'm just telling you, we got to get it together, y'all. We got to get it together. You know, chasing this dollar ain't the only thing. That you miss it, but you'll miss your loved one even more. Give them their roses while they're alive. Don't wait till they're dead. Let them know you love them while they're here. Because we always going to have our disagreements with our loved ones or something, but it's not to the point where you will hate and say, I can't stand my brother or sister. I mean, the only way I wouldn't stand my brother and sister if he stole my wife. Now we might have to have a different discussion, you know. And I imagine that could happen. Things can happen in life that you never would think could happen to anything or anybody. But like I always tell them, I say, the only way I fall out with you, man, if you steal my wife, we gonna have some whole new issues. It's gonna be a whole new issue. But other than that, I'm always love you as much as I can and as much as you let me. But yeah, somebody needs this. Somebody needed to hear this today, and I hope if you're hearing it and you're listening to it, love your kids, love your family members, love them. Because some boys, I could not imagine not hearing my father tell me, you know, and like I say, he wasn't around long enough for me to really get to know him because, you know, like I say, he got murdered. But not hugging me and saying, I love you, man. Don't you know how good a man feels when his dad rub him on the head and hug him and even kiss him? I kiss my son. I kiss my son-in-laws. I kiss my brothers on the cheek. But I love them dearly. I'll take a bullet for them. So why wouldn't I hug them and kiss them? I'd take a bullet for any of my family members. We wouldn't even blink twice. And then we got nerve enough not to tell them that we love them? Oh, come on, man. And that's why these black boys are, well, I don't know about just black. I don't want to put it to that degree. But I've known, even whites, I know a lot of people who ain't never heard their father say they love them. Even hugged them. Even hugged them. So we got to get off this craziness and start showing love to our kids. But like, yeah, I made sure that I made my kids love me so much they'd rather run through fire than disappoint me. And they did. And I never whooped them but once each in life. And one's 49, the other one's 45. And yeah. So I think somebody needed this, or I needed to take time out to say that. Tell your family members, even if they don't want to hear it, tell them you love them anyway. Because one day they're going to miss it. And they'll always remember you was the one that told them that you loved them. For no simple reason other than a phone call. Okay. I'm going to be crying here in a minute. Myself. But I've said this so many times that it'll make you cry. To realize that somebody went their whole life and their mother, father never told them that they loved them. Figured that just what they was doing was enough. They ought to know I love them. Worst words in the world to ever say. All right. Now, again, the 22 numbers, and somebody need to hear it, so I hope if it wasn't, but I've learned when God give you a message to give, it might be to only one person, and it's going to touch them because at that time they needed to hear it. So don't think every time you saying something it's just coming from you. It's coming from God to somebody that needs it. Just follow social media and you'll see. I've made many comments and somebody will say, I needed that. It don't be a lot of them. It just be one sometimes. To say, I needed to hear that. I needed to hear that. Okay. So again, I explained that singles are $720, the doubles is $270, which gives you $990, and the triples are just $10. So that gives you your 1,000. So if you want to screenshot it, look, I don't put up numbers. I do Illinois. I put up numbers for Illinois. I do not predict numbers. I know what goes into this, and you have to track to win. I don't put up a whole bunch of numbers and say play this and play that. Even in Illinois, I show you all what I'm playing, and you can follow me, because if you tracking the numbers like I am, you might see something that I miss altogether and bang them big. And that's the same way in each state. These numbers don't run the same in all these states that you can say put up a 20 or 30 numbers and say for all states. And ain't nobody gonna be tracking no all states and putting no pen and paper. I don't know where they getting well, I know where they getting the numbers from. They say, well, I've seen this number in all these different states, so it's coming to your state. It don't work like that. You'll be burning up your money like I used to and throwing it away if you ain't tracking an extra 1,000 numbers for your state. But as I go on and get into more detail, you'll see what I'm talking about. And I got 1,500 videos for everybody to watch. And I don't have no club. I ain't tell nobody to pay me $10 a month. I don't have all that, because I know it ain't going to be me doing the work for you to win. It's going to be you doing the work for you to win. But all I can say is bless the channel as the channel blesses you. Because I'm for real. I know what it takes to win. And I got the receipts showing it. I've hit ever since I've been in Illinois. And I put up receipts showing that I win, that the system works. And I don't show all I win, because you'd be crazy to show all you win on social media. But I show enough to let you know that when I say something and I win, that exactly what I said comes in me. Okay? So I don't put no bunch of numbers and say all states. I know what it takes to win. It ain't going to take nobody doing the work but you if you want to win. Now, if you don't want to win and you just want to follow everybody else's numbers, then, you know, and it's working for you, or you want to look at books that tell you to play on certain days and certain numbers and all that, you know, why would you leave that to them when you plan your money, when what I'm giving you here now you can do for yourself? And you can put in the comments or email me or call me. I'm more monetary. I'm running. I don't hide because I don't have to. I could probably see you if you don't. You probably kiss me when I do see you from my system, because I ain't gonna put no numbers up and tell you to play them and they don't come in. Then when you do see me, you want to punch me in my eye. I'm goofy, y'all. Y'all gonna have to forgive me. I'm serious, man. It's supposed to be threatened. Some of these folks on here saying your number ain't came in my state in 3 months. Yeah. You gave me that number and they ain't showed up, and I paid you $10. You told me to play it for 7 days. I ain't going through all that, because I know what it takes to win. And it don't take me giving you no numbers. It take you finding the numbers and winning, and then blessing the channel. That's what it takes. And you can ask me questions, and I do have a personal counseling. I do that. And then I do have the workout sheets here that I charge you $25 to PDF them to you, and you're good to go. And you follow the channel. That's what I give you. I ain't giving you no number. Don't look for me to give no numbers. Not for your state, Illinois, yeah. I'm state specific for Illinois. But what I have here works for all states, because it all apply to all states. I'm not giving no numbers. I know better. I wouldn't do that to you all and do it to myself. That's all I can tell y'all. Now, what everybody else do is on them. And I do believe I'm blessed to find this system and put it together. That's why I don't get no numbers. And that's why I'm putting up no numbers and say play all states. And play every day. Different numbers. Yeah, right. I don't get off. You'll learn getting on and off them numbers every day. Trying to hit is what's got you in the hole. I play my numbers 60, 90 days. Then I reinvest. See, with me, I'm not gambling. You can call it gambling, but I study these numbers to reinvest in the numbers. Study the numbers more than you play the numbers. And see, like I said, here's the 12 numbers that I showed you. If you screenshot it, you're going to do the 1-1 rundown on these 12 numbers, okay? That's going to give you your 12 columns, but it gives you your 720 numbers all at a glance right here, all right? And like I said with the doubles here, right here, the 10, see here? Here's the 5 and then the triples, and then the 10. See here? And that gives you 270 other numbers. And plus the 10 on the triples. So you got the, and altogether you got the 780, the 280, and the 720 gives you 1 and 1,000 odds. And that ain't gonna never change. And the numbers are random. Get that pie in the sky stuff out your head where people want to tell you, no, I got a algorithm. The numbers ain't random. If they tell you these numbers ain't random, I'm gonna tell you, I believe they're trying to get you. The numbers random. And once you start tracking, you're gonna know they're random and you're gonna stop chasing them. And when you lose, like, it's going to run off you like water on a duck, because you know how you play in your numbers. You can build a strategy and a skill set. When your number don't come up, you ain't all been out of shape. But when your number don't come up and you playing it, don't know why you playing them like I used to be, you been out of shape. But I just hold on to my numbers till they come, working with the law average. Because I know I'm only going to get a third of those numbers every year. Are those 1,000 numbers. Let me show you. Out of those 1,000 numbers, you get 365. So for those 365 numbers to change places, it takes about 3 to 4 years, depending on how often them numbers repeat throughout those 3 years. Let me show you something here. I hope I ain't going too fast for you guys. But I can always, if it's something you missed, leave it in the comments. Leave it in the comments. And, let me see, it's right here. Yeah, leave it in the comments. Did I? And then I'll answer for you. And if you don't get it, send it to my email. Send it to my email. See right here? Hope you can see it. This is a sheet with all 1,000 numbers in it, from triple zeros all the way to 999. Hey man, did I get that backwards? Yeah, I got that back. I had eye surgery, y'all, so it's upside down. Something didn't look right. I didn't see the 999. So here it is. You probably looking at it too. What triple zeros at? Well, triple zeros to 999. All 1,000. So what I did for a year, because I went back when I put this sheet together, I went back 2 years to collect the data to see what numbers were left, because those were the numbers I was working at playing, and that's when I started winning. So here, triple zero to 999, all the 1,000 numbers. So what I did, every day the winning number came in, I would mark the actual number off this $1,000 sheet here. 1,000 number sheet. And I realized I was only getting a third of those numbers until this whole sheet was completed, where there was no numbers left to mark off. And that's how you have to play. That's what I call working with the law average. You're only going to get a third of those 1,000 numbers every year. Okay? You're only going to get a third. See how I did that? And if you want, I don't know if you can use this. You can screenshot it or whatever. I'll leave it here for a minute for you to look at. But this is the actual 1,000 numbers. That's why I say it's the only one, trackable, teachable, and doable. Only one. Okay. Just like that. This is what I taught, putting the work in, You got to put the work in, and not all those different tic-tac-toe, date sub, freeze, flip, root sub, and workouts that you don't know nothing from. You know something from this. Now, so let me get back to here. Don't want to lose my train of thought. I really don't. Okay. Here, the winning number that came in for Illinois' evening draw, and we're going to do the 1-1 rundown on that winning number that came in, is 523, right? I hope they don't get too loud that they interfere. You can't hear them in my room, but they can get loud. They can get loud. But they play more indoors than they do outdoors. I don't think kids go outdoors no more. So they ought to be getting a lot of love because you know, they play in on it with their video games and stuff. Okay. All right, now we had the 521 to come in. It's getting hot in here. I thought it was gonna be cooler today. My room getting hot. This is Illinois Evening Draw. So the winning number that came in, and you're gonna do the 111 rundown on that. That's the rundown that you use. Now, the thing about that with a rundown, a workout, they can do anything they want with these numbers to try to figure out what numbers come next day. They can make this number here, the rundown number, or the algorithm number, whatever. Like, and they can make it in popular ones as 123, 317, 999. They can make this here number out of any those 1,000 numbers, do a rundown on it, and then try to figure out what numbers coming the next day. That's where they get you at. It's not set up to for you to get the next day. You got to study the numbers and know why you playing the numbers. So when you win, you know where you're gonna go to get your next numbers without the tic-tac-toe, date sums and grids and all that. Okay? So let's do the 1-1 rundown on this here. At 1 to 5, you get 6. 1 to 6, you get 7. 1 to 7, you're going to get 8. 1 to 8, you get 9. 1 to 9, you're going to get 10, but you just use the 0. Don't use the 1. You get 0. And 1 to 0, you get 1. 1 to 1, you get 2. 1 to 2, you get 3. 1 to 3, you get 4. And 1 to 4, you're going to get 5. Same number at the bottom, you get at the top, you add it correctly. Same here. 1 to 2, you're going to get 3. 1 to 3, you're going to get 4. 1 to 4, you're going to get to 5. 1 to 5, you're going to get to 6. 1 to 6, you're going to get to 7. 1 to 7, you're going to get to 8. 1 to 8, you're going to get 9. 1 to 9, again, you're going to get 10. You just do the 0. And 1 to 0, you're going to get 1. And 1 to 1, you're going to get 2. Same number at the bottom, you get it top, you had it correctly. And you're basically just counting down. You're going, that's why I used the 1-1-1 rundown, and it worked great for me. So I do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay? Now, okay, so this here is your rundown workout. So what we're looking for here is we're looking for the base number. With those numbers I gave you, those 22 numbers, I call those the base numbers. We want to see what column this 523 is under the base numbers, all right? And what column it would be in, all right? And again, we're going to look at, these are called the base numbers, right? So when you do the 1-1 rundown on the winning number, one of those base numbers will always be in that rundown. One of these numbers will always be in the rundown. And the good thing about it that you only kind of have to look at 3 numbers, because you'll start memorizing these numbers and spot that base number automatically, because all of them got zeros in them. All of them got zeros. So your base number will have a 0 in it. Okay? Like, and you'll know which one it is automatically. Like, see here? You got the 070, it's 078, so you know that ain't one of the base numbers. Okay? Because you'll start memorizing them. And then you're going to have the other 0. You're going to have 029. You're going to see that ain't one of the base numbers. That 029. And you know that's going to be, it comes 3 ways, so it's just going to basically be the singles. Okay? That you'll be looking at. You won't have to look at the doubles because that's a single. If it's a double, you look under the doubles. And you see that that 029 is not one right here. What is it? What were we looking at? But we did the 07, yeah, the 290 is not one. So there's only one left, and so here it is. See where you see this 301? Same number, but it's in numerical order, it's 013. You see that? All right. So you're going to go to column 013. This at my sheet here. Find the sheet. See where the 013 is? Which is column 2. And you're looking for the 523. And here it is. It's shown as 235 because it's in numerical order. And you got to remember these numbers come 6 different ways. And bam, you're done. Bam, you're done. Okay? Now, that was strategy number 1. We go to strategy number 2, which is the single pairs. All right? So in the single pairs, you got 3 separate numbers, so you're going to have 3 separate pairs. And the reason why you want to know what pairs that came and have not come, whatever you don't mark off in this month, you're going to carry over to the next month. Okay? All right? That's what you're going to do. So, what you're looking for, you're going to have 3 separate numbers, so you're going to have 3 separate pairs. So you're going to have the 23, the first time it came in for the month. You're going to have the 25, this the second time. I usually do a circle, then I put a little check mark to let me know. But the main thing I want to know what numbers came in and what numbers didn't. And I just do a little check mark. And you're going to do the 35. That's the first time it came in for the month. So at a glance, you know what pairs didn't come in or not. You're not guessing to see what pairs are left and then match them up. You're looking at the actual pairs. Okay? Like that. Now, you're looking for the actual pairs. All right? And then you'll carry what's left over. So you'll start seeing the law average at work, working for you, working in your favor, so you know how to play your numbers and build a bucket list of the numbers or the pairs and how you want to play them that's left. Same way here. I want to know what numbers are cold in what position. They used to say, well, they used to just tell you one column here and see what number don't play. That was okay, but I wanted to see what position the number didn't play in at all, so I know how to play it. So you mark off the 523, you mark off the 5 on the front. I can see that this second time came in. The 2 in the middle, and the 3, I can see that the 3, this is the first time it came in on the back. That's important. That's imperative to winning. Okay? So anything that I say, anything that don't get marked off, I know what to carry over. I know what's going on with these numbers at all time. All at a glance. See how quick that was done? See how quick this was done? And the reason I did this, I give an example, that doing this, I realized that the 38 pair, moving it over from month to month and watch it, hadn't played for 120 days. So if you was playing a number at any time with a 3-8 in it, it didn't play for 4 months out of that whole year. That's why I'm saying you can't jump on and off these numbers and figure out what's coming the next day. It don't work. They random. It don't work like that. You got to know what the actual numbers are doing. You got to know what the actual numbers are doing. You got to know what pair came in 120 days. You got to know what single number ain't hit and what position it ain't hit in. Okay? Like here, this 3-8. As when I won after investing in my numbers, I picked up that 3-8 after 120 days hadn't played, because I knew what the law average, it had to probably show in the next month or so. So 3-3-8 came in and I won it because I knew to pick up that 3-8 pair. And I knew what was going on with that 338. He hadn't played most of the year. And it ain't a lot of work because you're going to be memorizing this stuff as you tracking it. And then here, the same way with this here, with this column here, sevens hadn't played for 2 months with no number in Missouri. So I played triple sevens. I played 7-7 front, 7-7 back. If you can't play it, you know, you need to know it. 7-7 front, 7-7 back. I wheeled the sevens. I did everything, and it came in. Because I'm not guessing what's going on with the numbers in my state. I know what's going on with the numbers in my state. And what's going on in my state, 9 out of 10 ain't going to be happening in your state with those numbers. Numbers, they say they traveling, but it's 1,000 numbers. Them numbers just crossing paths. Texas got 3 draws every day. 4 draws every day. Them numbers are just crossing paths out of those 4 draws. The total pattern ain't the same. That's why I say only do 1 draw. If you're going to play just midday, just track midday. If you're going to play evening, just track evening. And then you can add on another draw if you want to. But I found, but you can easily track through that other draw before you start playing to see what numbers you might want to play and come up with strategies like that. You can strategize. You can build a skill set with the actual 1,000 numbers. You ain't doing a grid, a root sum, a date sum, a tic-tac-toe, and multiple different rundowns and workouts to try to figure it out. Because you ain't gonna never figure it out if you ain't never looking at what the actual numbers are doing. You ain't, you're just fooling yourself. I was fooling myself, and like a lot of us fooling ourselves if we think we're going to figure out a random rhythm that's going to give us a number when we don't even know what the actual 1,000 numbers are actually doing. Okay. And then here is my front pair strategy number 4. Now you got strategy 1. And when you call me or either comment, say strategy 1 or try strategy 2 or 3, so I know exactly what you're talking about that you don't understand. And most people gets it. It's fairly simple. Not saying if you don't get it. I'm simple-minded. I like everything easy, and that's probably why I didn't like math. Because math, they had all kind of different stuff, algorithms and algebra and geometry and trigonometry. And is that the highest trigonometry? The highest one you got? As a geometry. But here now we got that 5, 2, 3 that came in. So this is a front pair and a back pair. This here I need to know what front pairs and back pairs was left for best for me to play that hadn't played all year. Okay, so what I did, I made a chart like this for the front and the back. Both of these numbers are the same, top and bottom. Okay, the same top and bottom. So you're going to do the 52, you mark it off. I know it came in for the year. And then you're going to do the 23 on the back. And see, I can tell this is the 3rd time it came because I got a circle and I got 2 marks. Now, you really don't have to, but just for my own recollection, I just want to see how many times something hit at a glance and just look at it. And then see, now we into October. I can tell you what front pair and back pair number didn't hit. I can tell on the front, the 17 didn't hit, the 32 didn't hit, the 37 didn't hit, and 50 didn't hit, and the 88 didn't hit. So I can use that to my advantage. I won't be guessing on the numbers, the front pair and back pair, especially when it's toward this end of the year and I want to find some numbers to play. I can pick up the actual numbers to play. Same here on the back. I seen the 22 didn't hit, the 39 didn't hit on the back, the 42 didn't hit on the back, and the 50. And that's only 1, 2, 3, 4 on the back didn't play yet for the year. And then we got on the front 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 on the front ain't played. That's some powerful information there. You're not guessing no numbers. Okay. All right, let's see here. And then in Illinois, again, I'm going to show these, the hot numbers. For the doubles that I'm playing, I'll tell you what off here I'm playing. I say play these all year, though, that I've tracked for Illinois. And I've hit, this is where I've hit the 427, the 015, the 560. Okay. And this, like I said, it's not bad for only getting a third of the numbers for the whole year. Then the 440 hit that. My other ones out here. Okay. So now these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers I would be looking at playing, and I'd play them just like they are, straight box. And then if you see a reason to alternate it, then alternate it, And then I'm definitely playing these right here. These my everyday carry, and I'm rolling with this here too. But you can't play them all. You can track them all, but you don't want to play them all. Stick with a budget. And these here haven't hit for the year yet. I'm pretty sure. But like I say, double track. I'm pretty sure these haven't hit. Okay, but I'm definitely focusing on these here, and the reason why all these numbers mirror each other, and they haven't hit yet. So working with the law average, 9 out of 10, one or the other will come in. Okay, so since I'm playing these columns here, I could play them straight box. That'd be $8, or I can play them all 50 box. And then when they come in, then I'll just load back up on these here again. Or I'll pick up some more if I, depending on the amount of money. Straight box here in Illinois for this, $350 and $50 is $400. So I can splurge a little bit and pick up any of these numbers I want. Because I know why I'm playing these numbers. I'm not guessing why I'm playing these numbers and losing money. I'm putting my money where it's going to go the best. Play these all year. These numbers mirror each other, and I'll explain to you what mirroring is here in a minute. All right, so keep that in mind. Okay, what did I do here? I wonder why. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, okay. So here's the number that came in. All right, I need that sheet there to be there. Now let me go with mirroring. Explain mirroring to you. And that's the only thing you got to know with Quick 3 at a glance is knowing, not mirroring. I start calling them opposite numbers because see that mirroring and that flipping of single numbers and all that, that's all stuff get you all confused. Don't be doing mirroring. It's called opposite numbers. The numbers are directly opposite each other when you're talking about the 1,000 numbers. They're opposites. They're not mirrors. They're not flipping. They're not doing none of that. The numbers do what the numbers do, and they are what they are. They're from 0 to triple zeros to 999. That's what they are. Okay? And that's what you plan in Pick 3. You're not one off, because when you play a number like 1, 2, 3, and the number comes in 1, 2, 4, you're not one off a number. You just didn't know what number you was playing. You missed the number. And if the number like 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 7 come in, you wasn't off of nothing. You just didn't play 1, 2, 7 because you didn't know why you was playing 1, 2, 3 more than likely. You'll start seeing that as you start tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. And if you don't play, track anyway. That way when or catch up on the data so you'll know the best way to start playing your numbers. So here we got, this is a number line, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the number graph. And what do we have here? Like you take the 1,000 numbers. You know that sheet I showed you not too long ago with all 1,000 numbers? Let's say we took that sheet and tore it in half, or put the in half. You got triple zeros to 499 make up the top numbers, and 500 to 999 make up the bottom numbers. Okay? Now, the way to make this number line with the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, any single number, you just add plus 5 to it. Because here, plus 5 to 0 gives you 5 for the bottom number. Plus 5 to the 1 gives you the 6. Plus 5 to the 2 gives you the 7. Plus 5 to the 3 gives you 8. Plus 5 to the 4 gives you 9. That's all you got to remember. So if you get the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and forget how to do the bottom numbers, just add plus 5 to them and you'll get them like that. Just the plus 5 to the top numbers. That gives you your top and bottom of the 1,000 numbers. Okay? So, the 0 opposite 5, 5 opposite 0. 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite 1. 2 opposite 7, 7 opposite 2. 3 opposite 8, 8 opposite 3. 4 opposite 9, 9 opposite 4. So you want to know what number, what pick 3 number is the opposite number of the bottom 1,000 numbers. So let's say you play 0, 1, 2, and the lottery played 5, 6, 7. Then, okay, okay, so they just played the opposite number, which was the bottom of what you was playing. Because again, 0 opposite 5, 5 opposite 0. 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite 1. 2 opposite 7, and 7 opposite 2. So what if you played the 7, 8, 9? Out of the single numbers. Then, and the lottery played 2, and they do that. They do that because the numbers, it ain't but 1,000 numbers, so that's going to happen more often than not. And so they just played that top number of yours. Because again, 2 opposite 7, 7 opposite 2, 3 opposite 8, 8 opposite 3, 4 opposite 9, 9 opposite 4. Okay? Say they played, let's go with the 5, 5, 1 on a double. And so they would play, and they played 0, 0, 6. Same thing. That's the opposite number. 5, 5, 1 is the opposite of 0, 0, 6. Because 0 opposite of 5, you got that twice, and then a 1 opposite 6, and you got that once. And that's what I mean with the law of average. If, say, I was doing those columns, and I realized on the 12 columns that I have that the 0, 1, 2, and the 5, 6, 7 then fall off that column, them two numbers I'm definitely playing, because I'm going to play those opposites, because one of those opposites, 9 out of 10 going to come in. I might be a little high on 9 out of 10, but you'll start seeing it as you get toward the end of the year. Remember I showed you the numbers for Illinois that were the opposite of each other? That's why I'm playing those, because more likely they're going to come in for the years out. And I ain't trying to play all 1,000 numbers every day and changing up on numbers. Because I know what they're doing, because I'm looking at the opposite that hasn't played. I'm playing the numbers that opposite each other that haven't played. Okay? And the reason why that's important, when you do the 1-1 rundown, the same thing happens. Right here, see this 5, 2, 3, the opposite of it is 0, 7, 8. You see it? 0, 7, 8. You see this 6, 3, 4, the opposite of it is 1, 8, 9. You'll be able to know it right off bat, 1, 8, 9. You see the 7, 4, 5, the opposite of it is 2, 9, 0. The 2, 9, 0. You see this 8, 5, 6, the opposite of it is the 3, 0, 1. And you see the 9, 6, 7, the opposite of it is 4, 1, 2. See how simple that is? It's all organized, and it'll be organized in your head. But if I hadn't have told you this, you wouldn't have known what was going on with these numbers. But the 1-1 rundown on what any winning number come in, you will always have that number and its opposite in this 1-1 rundown column. Always using the 1-1-1 rundown. And you have 10 different numbers. Now, and this is the uniqueness of the picture at a glance strategy with me doing the 1-1 rundown on those 22, the 1-1-1 rundown on those 22 columns. Each one of these columns got the number and the opposite on each column. And what you're looking for, see, this is a monthly column, monthly sheet. I do one of these every month for the month. We're in the month of October. This is the October sheet. And I do a yearly sheet also. So when Illinois, I got over here, I had to go back and get all the data from Illinois on the numbers that fell evenings. And see everything in pink? I marked it off. When I got caught up, I knew exactly what numbers had not failed off of these columns, okay? So let's see if that 524, we know it was under 103. Let's see, is this the first time it failed for the month? Wait a minute, yeah. Yeah, it failed already because I hadn't checked. Now this is the yearly, the summary. It failed already. So at a glance, I know that number failed already. So I ain't got to go back doing all the data for the year back, like going back to a calendar too much, because I got it right here in front of my face, all at a glance, everything at a glance in front of your face. I don't worry about strategy 2 and 3, and I do the 4. I do that for the whole year because I want to know what front pair and back pair is hasn't played for the whole year. And using that front pair and back pair, I can match up and I'm say for the whole year and triples. I don't play triples every day. I only play triples toward November, December, and January. If no triple, then play for the whole year at all on evenings. And let's say I find out that 00 ain't failed on the front and 00 ain't failed on the back, and 000 ain't failed. 000 is gonna be my, and no triples have failed. I'm definitely gonna load up and play on 000. Or a 1-1 on front, 1s on back ain't played, and no triples and played all the way toward the end of the year. Because triples play the less, triples is the hardest to hit and play the same amount. Don't play no more than any other number. So why would I be focusing most of my time on triples? And doubles is the next hardest hit, and singles is the easiest hit because they come 6 different ways. Doubles only come 3 different ways. You know what I'm saying? So I'll match up. I can match the front number up with the back number. And then I'll go back to my master sheet to see what numbers ain't played, to see if I need to pick it up and add it to my numbers in which I'm looking to invest in for the year or for the month. Okay? Now, because any of these numbers on any of these columns can take 2 months or 3 months to hit. So I want to know what numbers ain't played on it, so I'll know when it does take that long, what numbers I'm going to pick to play if I don't play all the numbers all together for 50-cent box. Normally I played the whole thing for 50-cent box because it ain't played in 90 days. One of the numbers more than likely going to hit. And then when they do hit, I'm staying with these 10 numbers on this column because I know it ain't hit in 90 days or 120 days. And I ain't looking at all these 1,000 numbers to play because I can now focus on what I know haven't played to win. Just like I said, I knew to focus on the 38 pair because it hadn't failed for 120 days. I ain't got to focus on all this stuff. I don't have to agree at a tic-tac-toe or group sum, multiple different rundown and algorithms and workouts because I'm always on my numbers. I'm always in the game. I'm not guessing. But if you don't track, when you get ready to get back in the game or don't catch up on the data, you're going to be starting from day one for the data in your state. Now, what I'm looking for, like I say, I'm looking for pretty much, we just hit I'm looking for numbers and their opposite that haven't played. And you can do that on all this. Just like right here, we just hit that 56. See, I hit that 5-6 a couple of times. I put up the receipts for it where I hit it. Because last month, see these numbers underlined here? What I'm looking for is numbers and their opposite pretty much they haven't played. Because I know the likelihood of one of them coming in, if they haven't played in a month or 2 months together, is great. See this 01 and this 5-6, they the opposite pairs of each other. because a O is opposite of 5, and 5 is opposite of 0, a 1 opposite of 6, 6 opposite of 1. So you can do that on any of these pairs. Just like, okay, the opposite of the 47 would be 92. So what you would do is see if, okay, 47 ain't fail, then I want to see if the 29 didn't fail. So if the 29 ain't fail, you're going to play those two pairs. You always want to see what opposite, like here. See the 0, 4, the opposite of it is what? 59, right? The 5, 9 hadn't failed, and they both failed. I hit both of them. Because I knew that month prior, neither one of the numbers that opposite each other had failed. I could match them up. Now I'm still looking at this 01, but they ain't opposite each other, but I knew one of the two had to fall. You want to look for numbers where the number and the opposite ain't fail. And I can do that on all the numbers. Like here, you already know what's the opposite of a 0 on the front. If I noticed for the month previous that the 0 ain't fail and the 5 ain't fail on the front, then I'm playing my numbers looking for a 0 and the 5. Because I know one of them going to come. Either the 0 going to come on the front or the 5 going to come on the front. Or in the middle. But I really don't do anything in the middle because it's kind of hard. You have to try to figure out what's coming on the front and the back. I usually find out what's coming on the front. I mean the front and the middle. Yeah, the front and the back, but front, I don't do anything here. I usually just look what's happening on the back and on the front. Then I can make up that, study that middle. But usually I can see it's easier to do it that way. Like on the back. If the 0 on the front ain't, on the back ain't fail and it's opposite ain't fail on the back, then I'm looking at those two. I'm always looking for the numbers and the opposite of it. In all these, you can make them up. Like this 05 ain't fail. Now it's nothing you really can match up with this 05 because it's 50, whatever it is, because that's in column. See, this is column. Let's see. Yeah, 05, you won't be able to make up like that, will you? No, because they like numbers. A 5 is a 0 and a 0 is a 5. Okay? So they like numbers. But this 06 would be 51. So I would look to see if this is 06 and if the 15 fail. If say the 15 ain't fail and the 06 didn't fall that previous month, then I'm playing those numbers. Because I know one of the two got to show up. Any of them. Okay, and the doubles here. How I hit the 044 last month, because I tracking, I realized that the 44 and the 99, which are opposite doubles of each other, had not failed for almost 3 months. And then the 999s came right behind the 044 in Illinois. Because they neither one had hit for almost 3 months. So I'm not guessing the numbers. Using the same principle with us up here, where it's the 024 and the 5. Now I'm giving y'all some fire information here. But you all got to do the work. You got to do the work. This 5, but if you don't, then you playing a loser's game. If you letting everybody else do the work and you playing your money. And I've had offers for people say, well, I'll give you the money and you play. No, don't work like that. You ain't work me to death. What do a dead man need? I ain't working to death. When I done showed you what to do, just bless the channel. I'm giving this all the way free. I ain't charging nobody nothing. Just bless the channel. The way the channel blesses you. And it's working. People are blessing the channel. Okay. Because I know what it takes. This ain't no joke. This ain't no easy ride. This ain't easy to do. But it's doable. Ain't nothing else doable. Pick 4 ain't doable. Pick 5 ain't doable. Pick 6 ain't doable. Not on paper. Okay. This 024, which is 579. I see the 579 ain't fail. Where's that? 579 ain't fail, and the 024 ain't failed in 3 months. I'm playing them too. And then you can get 4 of them, and that's that you can get especially in a column. If the 024 and the 136 and the 579 and the 180 ain't failed, I'm definitely playing those 4 numbers if I don't play the whole column 50-cent box. And when I hit, I'm going to stick with this column because I know how long it's been since it hit. I ain't guessing how long this 60 roll of 60 numbers ain't hit. I know this roll of 60 numbers ain't hit in 3 months. Same way with with strategy number 4. That's why I really do strategy number 4 too. And this is years of playing, 30 years of studying and putting my system together that I'm giving you guys. And ain't no shame in my game, cause I ain't gonna give you no crap. I call it crap. I ain't gonna use the other word, even though it would sound nice, sound more adulterous, but I'll say crap. I ain't giving you no crap. Okay, okay. See here. Let me pick one out here for you. Let's say, if you can see it, I'm gonna do it this way. This is what I look for. If the 1, 2, the 12 ain't fell on the front, and the 20 and the 21 ain't fell. If these two ain't fell up to this year now, then then I come down here, and the 12 ain't fell on the back, and the 22 ain't fell on the back. I mean, the 21 ain't fell on the back. Them what I'm playing. Them what I'm lining up to play when I win. I'm always building my bucket list of numbers to play and win. I'm not grabbing numbers from books and YouTube and everywhere else, because I don't have to. Because I'm tracking my own numbers for my own state. I know to play the opposite numbers that ain't came in, working with the law average. Same way I know if a 00 ain't fell on the front and 00 ain't fell on the back, that's going to be my triple that I play, instead of playing triples all year long trying to hit and playing all 10 of them, thinking because you ain't seen them in a while and they're going to show up. Don't work like that. You got to know that on a triple, that way I play it is that double on the front and that 00 ain't fell on the back. That's the only way I play them. And that's, like I said, when you build your strategy and your skill set, you're going to have other alternatives to deal with to win in triples. Just like I knew, let me go here and hit the triple sixes not too long ago. I'm going to show you what I did here. But I don't, like I say, I'm not going to be bragging about what I do. I want to get you all in the winner circle too. I just want you to get in the winner circle so y'all can hook me up. So y'all can hook up the channel. You know what I'm saying? Hook the channel up, not me, just the channel. Okay, where was I going with this? Oh, come on, Ted, stop being goofy. You lost your train of mind. Your train of thought. Okay, where was I at? Where was I going? It'll come to me. Where was I going? It'll come to me. I was talking about the trips. Oh yeah, I know where I was at. It came back to me, y'all. Brain ain't all gone yet. It came back a little bit. But boy, it almost slipped that gear that time. It almost slipped that gear. I know where I was going. It almost slipped the gear on me. See here? This is column 5. And they call them false triples because, like I said, when I was trying to do that 005 and that 05, they're the same numbers. They mirror each other. So like, or not mirror, forget that, opposite each other. See, this 005 and this 550, same number, and they just opposite numbers. They opposite each other, top and bottom, okay? And this same number, and this the only one column you'll find like this. This 116 and this 661, and then there's 227. See how they directly opposite each other like that? Same numbers, but it's only 2 of them. That's what they call false triples, because if the opposite number of this 2 is a 7. So if that 2 is the opposite, then that could be 777s. So what happened in Illinois is, I'm going to tell y'all, that's what I mean, it's important to track, because I'm telling you all, if them numbers line up for you, you're going to kill them. You're going to kill them. I call it bang them. You're going to bang them. Like here, this 5, column 5 here, it's column 5. the first number in Illinois, and I noticed that because, like I say, you're tracking. Stuff's gonna just stick in your brain. It's gonna stick a whole lot longer than it is in mine right now. That's all I can tell you. Start doing it while you're young, boy. 'Cause when you get old, man, I could tell you what number fell on what day and when and what month. I could. You better not ask me to do that now. I look at you like you lost your mind, like you got 4 heads on you. Cause I came. Look. I tell everybody. I tell everybody today. What I tell them. I say, if I sleep on it, it's over. I done forgot it. So don't ask me what I did yesterday or what you did, because I don't remember nothing. I'm to the point I'm taking this marker and writing it in the middle of my name, in the middle of my hand. So when somebody asks me what my name is, I just put my palm up. It's getting that serious, y'all. It's getting that serious. I'm telling y'all. They'll say, hey, what's your name? There you go. That's my name right there. I think I spelled it right. As long as you don't call me motor scooter, I know I wrote it down there right. But so what happened? 616 came on the first day, and I always look at the first number of the year to see how things might flare out. 616 came first day of January, evening draw. You know that number didn't fall again, I think, for like 5 months. I mean, this column right here didn't hit for 5 months. 5 months, I'm telling y'all. So when I won, I picked it up. And I knew, and then too, I also knew that the 4-4 and the 9-9 pair hadn't hit for 3 months. So quite naturally, I was rolling that 4-4 and 9-9 that was opposite pairs of each other along with this column here. So I said, well, since you're going to do that, Terry, you might as well roll them triples. So I rolled the triples also. And that's how I hit the 666s. Because I figured a triple had to roll along with these false triples. And then right behind that, the 044 hit, and the 999s, then the 449, then things start falling off of the column, working with the law average because it had to catch up. So you should always know what number, you're always looking for on these columns. Okay? You're always looking for what number and its opposite hadn't failed. Because you could get 3 or you could get 4, and the column ain't hit for 5 months, especially on the doubles. Especially on the doubles. Because doubles don't hit that often. You'll see that when you track it. You could get 4 of the numbers in the opposite, and the column ain't played in 3 months. Then you know to go pick up those opposites working with the law average. You'll see it happening. You won't be guessing it's happening. You're going to see it's happening. So family, I don't know. I think I covered everything I wanted to cover on this video. But before I go, love your child. Tell your child and hug him and say, I love you, man. Daddy might not never told you this before. Give me a hug and I love you, man. Or your daughter. I love you, baby. If you don't hear no other words from me, I love you. Y'all both might cry together. But anyway, all right, family. Play them to come, make that money, y'all. Peace and love. God bless. And if you're tracking, you'll soon be packing the Lucky Town. OPPB now. If you're in the hole, stop digging. Take your time. Go back, track the numbers. And study the numbers. Study more than you play. Once you get this under your belt, what I'm giving you, it'll last you for a lifetime. Without the tic-tac-toes, the date sums, the grids, the flips, the multiple different workouts and rundown to win. Because you'll know why you're playing your numbers. So, OPVB, be organized, be patient, be persistent, stick with a budget, play responsibly. And I love you guys. I got you, didn't I? Bye.